Dr. Mary, I can't believe you said you've never thought about what fairies sound like. You're Irish. That's a thing.
Yeah,
You have fairies and leprechauns and stuff.
we do. And dells.
Yeah.
Where fairies meet and dance.
Yes. Oh, this is so beautiful. It's my birthday, so I feel like I get to do what I
was going
want
to
to
say,
do.
on a side note, happy birthday to the fantastic Dana Delville.
Good morning, Ann Riley. Ann, did you know that I could bring you on camera? I won't, don't worry, but I could. Every morning you come on and it says, bring Ann on camera. Thank you, Ann. Oh, I love this piece so much.
Well, it is Gratitude Tuesday.
That's true. I'm grateful I produced a boy who got the music gene, as well as the science and the math and the engineering gene and all that other stuff. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. I feel better.
Yay!
I don't feel great, but I feel better. And it's amazing what a shower can do, as you like to remind me on a pretty regular basis.
I did suggest that
Yes.
a while ago.
Yes. Little mascara, a little blush. You can go from, like knocking... No, I won't say that. You can go from looking very poor to looking much better. All right. So I'm happy to be feeling better. Very grateful, actually, to be feeling better. Still can't taste or smell anything. I'm drinking this beautiful Yorkshire tea. Nothing. I may as well just be drinking hot water. And if you've never lost your sense of taste and smell, like completely, I don't mean just, oh, I'm a little stuffed up. I mean completely. It is, it's disturbing. Nothing, you don't want to really eat anything. And I'm kind of queasy all the time. So it's just a very weird thing. I was thinking today, because my absolute most favorite birthday ever in my life, and I've had some great birthdays, but my best birthday ever was 2 birthdays ago. My 46th birthday, when Dr. Mary took me to Yorkshire, where on my actual birthday, we went to Betty's Tea of York, on the recommendation of my sister-in-law, Jane, your sister.
I got that.
Yeah.
I am
just
following
just
this conversation.
In case you weren't sure.
I was sitting there going, who? No, that'll be my sister.
Yes. Anyway, we went and had afternoon tea, and I've had some great afternoon teas, but nothing tops Betty's. So I have to show you a picture. Let's see if I can make this work for you. I'm sorry that ring is there to make it difficult.
Actually, they can see that. Pull back a bit. I think that's in focus. There.
Look at that food. Oh my gosh. It was delightful. There was a pianist. Oh my gosh.
One of Betty's claims to fame is they actually got the contract to cater the teas for the Titanic.
Oh, I'm sorry for those people, because they didn't get on a boat. But at any rate, that was an amazing birthday. And then you know what we did 2 years ago tomorrow? We went to Haworth to visit where the Bronte sisters grew up. And we'll talk about that tomorrow. But that was also indescribably glorious. Just glorious.
I have in the ensuing years since meeting you, been going on a very interesting literary tour of the United Kingdom.
Literary women, mostly, yes, which is what I'm most
When we
interested
actually went
in.
to Dublin, we didn't do anything to do with James Joyce, unfortunately.
No, who gives a hoot? First of all, he doesn't drink and I would have died, so why would we bother?
Plus the fact the guy was mad, so there's that.
Well, there's also that. Yes, Anne, I bet I am making you homesick, and I'm sorry for that. We are, I think, going to have an afternoon tea at home this afternoon, but the whole reason I started telling you this is because kind of what's the point? I can't taste anything.
So I'm cooking.
No, come on now, let's not be crazy. So that's my favorite birthday present, actually, that I've ever
Really?
gotten.
That was it.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
That
my
was
favorite.
spectacular.
Almost more than I can bear to think about. So I want to go back to a book that I read you something from last week. This Life is in the Transitions. Boy, that light makes it hard
It's really
to see
difficult
anything.
to see. It looks like a bad horror movie with the ring everywhere.
It does kind of. But I really love this idea. So bear with me, please. Telling a successful personal story is central to finalizing a life transition. But how exactly do people do this? Are there shared qualities that transformational stories have? One thing I listened closely for in my interviews, and we later coded for, is whether there are particular signposts people employ to say to themselves and to those around them, I've absorbed the jolt, I've endured the exile, I'm back in the game. Are there specific ways when telling their story, people convert their meaning vacuums into meaning moments? We identified 3. The first is they put some distance between the present and the past. They create a time gap between the story they told when their life first ventured off course and the story they tell today. They shift from this is happening to me now to that happened to me then. One barometer of this change is verb tense. The more we describe our disruptive events in the present tense, I open the door and see the body on the ground, the more visceral they seem, but the less meaning we're able to draw for them. The more we use past tense, I opened the door, saw the body, and began to realize my life was about to change, the more removed the events become and the easier it is to integrate the events into the larger flow of our narratives. As my friend Catherine Burns, the artistic director of The Moth, puts it, the best stories are vulnerable but not raw. They come from scars, not wounds. And I was thinking about that today and thinking about what we've done in this year. So this is episode 122. We've been doing this since the beginning of July. We have really figured out what is that disruptive transitional moment. In this case, it was Maz getting sober in 2017. How do we tell that story? We never tell it in the present tense. We always speak of it in the past, which to me, I mean, I didn't think about it until I reread this section this morning, but to me, that signifies that we have managed it, which doesn't mean that your addiction is managed. It just means that that moment.
I'm successfully living with it.
Yeah, and that we are able to look at it as a past tense event and take learning from it, take infinite abilities to relate it to other people's struggles and use it as a before and after post in our own lives. And I really love that because it took a while. I mean, we would not have been able to tell our story probably even a year after it happened because not enough time would have passed for us, either of us, I think, to safely feel like, okay, I think we can start to talk about this in the past and start to reflect on what are we learning, how did we change, what has come out of it, good and bad. Don't you think?
It is easy to talk about it. It's a powerful thing to be able to talk about something in the past tense and know that you've grown from it. So that is something to be grateful for. You can be grateful for growing from something that happened to you in the past.
Even something terrible. So a lot of you know that my stepdad's birthday is the same day as mine. So when I turned 39 and he turned 65, we both knew that was our last shared birthday together. We didn't know when he would be gone, but we knew he would be gone before we turned 40 and 66. And so, for a lot of my early birthdays after he died, I felt sad celebrating my birthday because I had had 19 birthdays with him. but I can say now with the distance of time that I'm still aware of us not being together here to celebrate our birthdays, but it's very different. It's a sort of resigned place in life because we all lose the people that we love, as opposed to a really raw, very present experience. So I think this is just another one of those opportunities. You can be ruined by things that are devastating, or you can take the time you need to process them, take the time you need to make meaning out of them, and then stand up and go forward. And that's what we've really done, and I'm super grateful for that.
Me too.
What time is it? I have no idea.
Oh, you got time. Do your question.
Okay, so every day this week we're doing a Vertellus question. Katie Bowman, good morning, Katie Bowman. And this one came up, which I thought was pretty good. The past year, in retrospect, what are you most grateful for?
There you go. Now it's in.
The past year, in retrospect, what are you most grateful for?
Can you do that in a Yorkshire accent?
No, I cannot. I will say, first and foremost, even with a positive COVID, what did I get?
You were tested positive.
With a positive
for the
test. Thank you.
You have COVID-19.
Yes.
Well, yes.
Yes.
You do have the disease that causes COVID-19.
Even with this positive test, I am most grateful for our health, for the health of our family and the people in our lives.
I was sick for a day, tops.
And I've been sick for 8 days. And, never, ever, ever came close to needing to even go to the doctor,
No.
much less the hospital. And we have been healthy and safe through all of this, as have all the people in our lives. So just in case you think, well, that's not that big a deal, let me lay out for you where the people in our lives live. Fargo, Minneapolis, Wapaton, Iowa, with 3 little kids who are in and out of school, Los Angeles, California, one of the major hot spots at the beginning of the epidemic, New York City, one of the major hot spots at the beginning of the epidemic, and right out 30 miles outside of London, England. That's where our immediate
where they've got
family
that
lives.
hotspot of the more contagious version of the virus.
Yeah. And all of our parents, my mom is just under the 70 plus, well, not just, she's a little bit under the 70 plus age range, as is my stepmom, who's quite a bit under that. But everybody else is in that high risk.
My mum's 80.
High risk time zone. I'm sure she's thrilled you just told everyone that.
She is good though.
And Mike, my father-in-law, had to live at home in his apartment for 12 weeks this summer because he's a high risk case, and so they pre-quarantined everybody high risk in England. You had to go back to your original legal address. He was there for 12 weeks. None of them have been sick. Just Maz and me. So I am so grateful. Grateful. Will be grateful the rest of my life that during this most scary time, all of our people have stayed healthy. It's amazing.
And I was just talking to Dana just the other day. I'm kind of grateful that when we got the test, it was positive. It's like you don't have to worry about finding out you've got a positive test, because I now have been exposed to the virus and I actually have survived it. Now, that's not to say I can throw away all my face masks or anything. I still have to be incredibly careful. And of course I can't go anywhere till I get a negative test. But it's kind of odd that you feel almost relieved that you don't have to worry about getting it now that you have it.
If you get a case that
like
mild
us,
enough,
of course,
we've had, So, what have you been grateful for this year? I think it's so easy in a year like this to focus on all the things that didn't happen, all the missed opportunities, all the missed chances to be together with the people we love, all of the things we did not get to do, all of the negative. It's so easy to focus on that, but there is so much positive to focus on as well. So I encourage you today to find that place where you can feel gratitude, and it can be for something large or something small. But I today am grateful for so many things. SoundCloud puts on an Ashley Home Furniture commercial instead of Carol of the Bells. Shame on them. They clearly don't know it's my birthday. Have an excellent day. We'll post tomorrow's ingredients for our last cooking day.
The dog wants to say happy birthday.
The dog wants to say happy birthday too. So everybody, stay safe, continue to be careful, and have a cup of tea in honor of my birthday. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.